friends, welcome back to my channel Enriching Minds. So today we are going to learn about prominent dynasties of India of grade 5 CBSE. So this is a part 1. So in this part we are going to learn about Mauryan dynasty and the Gupta dynasty. So this chapter's name itself is Prominent Dynasties of India. So first we'll take a quick introduction of the dynasties of India. So, Indian history is culturally rich and diverse with many different kingdoms being a part of it. Each kingdom was under the rule of several kings over many years. These kings have made major contributions to the Indian culture. In this chapter, we will learn about the prominent kings that ruled over the Indian subcontinent before the arrival of British. So, this is the introduction. So, before the arrival of British, we are gonna learn about the kings who ruled India before the arrival of British. So, come on, we'll start the chapter. So, the first time India was unified as a state under the Mauryan rule. So, this is the Mauryan dynasty. So, Chandragupta was the um, founder of the dynasty, and the kingdom stretched across the gigantic plains to the Himalayan in the north. So it's almost from the full South India to the Himalayan in the north. And the eastern border was modern day Assam, and the western was Afghanistan today. And Ashoka was the greatest king of this empire. But this kingdom was founded by Chandragupta Maurya, and Chandragupta Maurya was helped by Chanakya. He Chanakya was his advisor on political matters, such as Birbal was Akbar's advisor or someone like that. Chanakya was Chandragupta's advisor. So, and another famous king of the Mauryan dynasty was Ashoka. He was an ambitious king and waged many wars to conquer the neighboring areas. However, the Battle of Kalinga, modern-day Odisha, resulted in heavy loss of life and prosperity. This was the turning point to Ashoka's life. So, yeah, he was like he kept some rule or something like that, and people near Odisha did not agree that rule. So it was a heavy and very big war, and this war resulted a heavy loss of life and prosperity. So even though Ashoka won that war, he stopped and he looked out for peace. And from that time, under his rule, no wars were he did no wars, and he embraced Buddhism, and Buddhism also is very peace and preached peace from till that time till his demise, and the trade and political relations with the nations like Sri Lanka saw grave improvement due to this decision of Ashoka, because it was under his rule, and if this decision was not taken by Ashoka, it would be a more um, loss for Sri Lanka and its neighboring countries. So this decision was a and modern day Odisha. It's also known as the Battle of Kalinga. You have to remember this. Modern day Odisha. So this was a turning point, and he was also responsible to spread Buddhism in many parts of South Asia, and he expanded the whole empire greatly in his 40 years of his rule. And Arthashastra and Edict of Ashoka were the great like the highlights of written literature of that time. And wood steel in Ashoka's time, wood steel was a high quality steel which was famous in South India and developed under the Mauryan rule. So this is the thing of Mauryan rule. Hope you understand. And now next is Gupta dynasty. So the Mauryan Empire was ruled till BC, I mean 322 BC to 185 BC. So I'll just tell you the timeline of the BCs. So this is the So this is the timeline. Just think. Okay, it's not working. I'll just explain a video about timeline in the next video. So for now, we'll move ahead. So after the Mauryan dynasty, it was Gupta dynasty and the Gupta dynasty. So much of the Indian subcontinent were returned under the Gupta dynasty, and this period of rule, which Gupta dynasty ruled, was known as the Golden Age of India because the philosophy of Hindu culture has been like shaped during this period of time. Yeah, and uh, the peace and prosperity created under the leadership of Guptas enabled the pursuit of scientific and artistic endeavors. So the philosophy spelling is wrong here. So SOP, it's not PY, it's PHY. So remember this. So don't feel wrong. And some famous Gupta rulers were Chandragupta I, Samudragupta, and Chandragupta II. And it's called the Golden Age of India because the peace and prosperity created under the leadership of Guptas enabled the pursuit of scientific and artistic endeavors, and philosophy of Hindu culture took shape during this time, and they ruled from 320 to 520 CE, so common era. So very good. This is the end of our chapter. Thank you.